ಈಗ ವಿದ್ಯುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯ ಜೊತೆಗೆ. ಸುದೀಪ್ತ ಮತ್ತು ಮನಸ್ವಿ.
नौजवानों भारत की तकदीर बना दो, नौजवानों भारत की तकदीर बना दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, नौजवानों भारत की तकदीर बना दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, तोड़ के सारे जाल विदेशी कर लो देश को अपना, कर लो देश को अपना, कर लो देश को अपना, रह ना जाए देखो अधूरा कोई सुंदर सपना, कोई सुंदर सपना, कोई सुंदर सपना, तोड़ के सारे जाल विदेशी कर लो देश को अपना, रह ना जाए देखो अधूरा कोई सुंदर सपना, घर में आग लगाए जो उस दीप को बुझा दो, घर में आग लगाए जो उस दीप को बुझा दो, घर में आग लगाए जो उस दीप को बुझा दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, कांटों को हटा दो, कांटों को हटा दो, नौजवानों भारत की तकदीर बना दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, हम भारत के वासियों को दुनिया में शर्मिंदा, देश के कारण मौत भी आए फिर भी रहेंगे जिंदा, हम भारत के वासियों को दुनिया में शर्मिंदा, देश के कारण मौत भी आए फिर भी रहेंगे जिंदा, जय जय हिंद के नारों से धरती को हिला दो, जय जय हिंद के नारों से धरती को हिला दो, जय जय हिंद के नारों से धरती को हिला दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, कांटों को हटा दो, कांटों को हटा दो, नौजवानों भारत की तकदीर बना दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, फूलों के इस गुलशन से कांटों को हटा दो, जय जय हिंद के नारों से धरती को हिला दो, जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद,
पानी सा ने रे पा पानी पानी सा ने रे.
ನಾವ್ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳೇನು, ಧ್ಯೇಯೋದ್ದೇಶಗಳು ಹೇಗೆ ಸಾಕಾರವಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸುಹಾಸ್. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಸುಹಾಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ರೀಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು 2 ಇವೆಂಟ್ ನ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಈವೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪದನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೈಡ್ಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಯೋಜನೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ 2 ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಒಂದು ಯೋಜನೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆ ಏತಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ವೈ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮದರ್ ಟಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅನ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ what is Hindu Messiah, what is a Hindu genocide, and why we all need to be very much aware about it as a youth and everybody, right? So I'll just start with a very basic introduction about what are the events that have happened, and also with every event that we make, right, we actually take something called as Sankalpa. Sankalpa is a Sanskrit word, but for our generation, to make it more easy for you to understand, they name it as commitment. So with ITF, what we are doing is we are not just maybe scheduling event. We call great people and they talk, and we don't just set and forget there, right? So my mom is a teacher and she works in a government school, and she's a government teacher, right? And so what actually makes me more uh, things to think about is today in Karnataka, where government schools need to be taught in Kannada, the governments are changing that way of instruction, or maybe the medium of instruction in Kannada to be English. So literally, what is the current policies that are coming out is on one page there will be Kannada and the other page there will be English, but the medium of speaking will be English. And students are said, hey, you can read it in your own language if you want, but we are going to teach in English. But when you think like that, right, it's not just in one state; it's also happening in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and maybe not in Tamil Nadu, but maybe a few other states also. But yeah, this is what is happening in Karnataka. So this small little thought, right, actually provoked us, made us more understanding about what we can do here. So when we were organizing first event about why is mother tongue more important, I think one of our uh, people who came in here, named Tulsinatham Naidu sir, who is also very much closely associated with our GTD, who also took a sankalpa saying, I am going to make Telugu medium to be the most primary thing in AP, which is a great initiative that is taken by sir. And also today what we have done is, along with sir, we DJ and few other people in ITF also have taken a step towards that and have written 150 pages of petition, which they are going to put it out to MLAs and MPs across this particular state. And the change that I'm sure the change is going to take some time, but the change is definitely going to come. So this, I'm just saying this is because we're not just stopping there, taking just an event as a closure. We are taking a step ahead where we need people like you, wherever you think that you can think about, I can bring a change in our system, is where we need your support. So this is the first thing that we have done. And also following that, taking mother tongue medium as a most important thing. We have few people who are sitting here. I'm not going to take their name. Maybe you can interact with everybody later. So we have started translating computer science textbook into Kannada medium, which is also one of the things that we have done. And there is also one of the people who have here have taken a sankalpa and they've said, hey, I'm going to translate commerce textbook to Kannada. And there is one more person who is not here today, but yes, he has taken a sankalpa that, hey, I'm going to translate physics textbook to Kannada. Sorry, Telugu, not Kannada. Sorry. So these are the things that we have taken as an action item for ourselves and to make and bring the change in the system. This was from the first event that we have taken. And if I have to talk about the second event, right, which was the previous event where Chakravarti sir and also Bijit sir came in. I think the action items from there, or Sankalpas, sorry, I'm not going to change the name. So Sankalpas, right? So we have started writing a Genocide Petition Act, and there are almost around 300 pages of petition which we have started, and it is going to be, I think this project is going to come to an end by May 12th. And what is the outcome that we are expecting and what actions we are going to take from here is, we are going to meet MLAs and MPs from Karnataka and also from other places. Let's say, for example, right, we are actually going to meet Tejasvi Surya and we are going to give this petition to him, and also Annamalai sir, and also we are going to give it to I think few other people are there in the list. So yeah, this is something that we are doing with respect to Hindu Genocide Act. And the second thing that we are also doing is, there is a very good book called Saffron Sports, which has 108 stories where people like us and all the kids who are there, right, also need to understand the importance of genocide and also Islam invasion and so many other things. And today what we have understood is, people don't take books and read. So what we have started is bringing out these 108 stories in a form of comic. I'm not sure if people are here who have taken that Sankalpa, but yes, this is also one of the Sankalpas that we have taken, where we are going to bring it out in a form of comic and we are going to submit it or maybe show it to all the people outside. So these are some of the things that we are doing, and anybody who is here, maybe not here, maybe your friends might be interested in something like this. I think this is the inspiration that we would like to give from the events that we are conducting here. Please take up your own sankalpas, and we are definitely going to be here to support you.
ಸರ್, ಶಿವಶಂಕರ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಎರಡು ವಿಚಾರ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು, ಅವರು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಾತು ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಸರಾಗ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ದಕ್ಕತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಕನ್ನಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಾಕಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವ್ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಸರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ನಿಮ್ ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಶಂಕರ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ, ಇವ್ರು ಬರೆದಿರೋದು 3 ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು. ಒಂದು, ದ ಆರ್ಯನ್ ಇನ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮಿತ್, ಅದು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ್ ಫೇಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಮೂರನೇದು ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಂಧೂರ್. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕುತೂಹಲ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನ ಈಗ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಶಂಕರ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಇವರು ಕೇವಲ ಒಬ್ಬ ನುರಿತ ನಿವೃತ್ತ ಜನರಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಜನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಭಾರತದ ರಕ್ಷಣಾ ವ್ಯೂಹದ ಆಳವಾದ ಅರಿವು ಉಳ್ಳಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಚಿಂತಕರು ಕೂಡ. ಕಳೆದ 50 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಏವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತು ವ್ಯೂಹಾತ್ಮಕ ವ್ಯವಹಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಜ್ಞತೆಯನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ವಿಶ್ವದ ಅತಿ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಆದಂತಹ bharatrакshak.com ನ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ. ಖಂಡಿತ ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಚೆಕ್ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ 3D ಅನಿಮೇಷನ್ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಬಳಸಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಇತಿಹಾಸವನ್ನ ದೃಶ್ಯ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ ದೃಶ್ಯ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಇವರ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಅಪೂರ್ವವಾದದ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಖಂಡಿತ ನೋಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಿಚ್ಚು ಹಚ್ಚಿದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ, ಅದು ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಂಧೂರ್. ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನವನ್ನ ಕೇವಲ 88 ಗಂಟೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಣಿಸಿದ ಕಥೆಯನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ರೋಚಕವಾಗಿ, ಯಥಾವತ್ತಾಗಿ, ವಸ್ತುನಿಷ್ಠವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕಟ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಂಧೂರ್ ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಲಭ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇಂತಹ ಬಹುಮುಖಿ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ವಿಚಾರ. ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಅವರನ್ನ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಂದು ಜೋರಾದ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಅಜ್ಜಂಪುರ ಅವರು. ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗಿರೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿಚಾರ ಅಂತ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಇವ್ರು ಬರ್ದಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕ, ಅದು ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್. ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಜುಲೈ ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಜನ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 5 ಜನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸರ್, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನ ಓದಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಮೆಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯೂತ್, ಅದು ಸೋನು ಪಟೇಲ್, ಅವ್ರೀಗ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರ 2 ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
It was great pleasure, sir, reading the book. So let's start. Why was this book written? It starts with a quote. Why Pakistan? Why is it important for an Indian to understand about Pakistan? It's not just Pakistan, right? We have to understand how our neighboring countries work. Among them, Pakistan is one of the important part, and it was part of India as well. And it got separated in 1947. He starts with the book, like why Pakistan? Then he covers about the education system, how the people are being trained and taught in Pakistan. How does the radicalization origin? Why do people have this culture in Pakistan? He continues and goes on quoting about the economies and how industries are working in Pakistan. And he also mentions about the Pakistani army, how they have committed rapes and different atrocities against the whether Bangladeshi Hindus or the different minorities in Pakistan. He covers all these topics, and at the end he also mentions about the China. How does the influence of China happen to be in Pakistan? How does USA or the other countries influence is affecting Pakistan? How Pakistan's nuclear weapon are threat to entire South Asia or Southeast Asia. It was pleasure to read. Thank you.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಸೋನು ಪಟೇಲ್. ಈಗ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕುತೂಹಲದಿಂದ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿವಶಂಕರ್ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಈಗ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಒಂದು ವಿಫಲ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಮತ್ತು ಭಾರತದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದರ ಪರಿಣಾಮಗಳು. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಸರ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Yes, I think I will speak in English. Like it was said, I've written my books in English. First of all, before I forget, I want to thank Indic Thought Forum for giving me this opportunity to talk about something that I have worked on for years and years. That's number one. The second thing is I must also express my gratitude to Subbu Publications of Hubli. If you write a book, and I'm sure many of you have either already written books or will write books, it's very difficult to get them published. And on this topic, Subbu Publications of Hubli have been very, very helpful, and they have published 3 of my books, and I'm very grateful to them. Some of the books are outside. If you think you want to buy them, I will sign them for you. So I must say that, and I must thank Subbu Publications for having come all the way from Hubli to display some of the books here. So let me start. Now, as you all heard, I have a medical background. And then, it's a funny thing. When I first became a surgeon, I was, cockiness personified. Oh, here I am, a great guy, surgeon. So every year I would go for conferences. And after about 10, 15 years of surgery, I started thinking, hey, what is this? Every conference is boring, same old stuff. See, it took a lot more maturity for me to realize I had to grow older to realize that there are younger people. There are new people, new generations coming up. They all need to, it's not about me. I know everything. I'm such a great guy. But they need to learn too. And the same thing is true about Pakistan. And, actually, I am one of the few people left nowadays who's old enough to remember the 1965 war as it took place, old enough to read the paper and follow the news, the 1971 war and all wars after that. And somehow, because of my interest in aviation, which goes back to 1962, I have maintained records right from that period. So that helped me in writing something. So what I did is, there is so much to talk. This morning with Sonu Patel, I did a 2.5-hour podcast. I've been talking about Pakistan all morning. Probably by the end of this, I'll be saying Allahu Akbar or something like that, the way things are going. I've got a few notes here to start off. So let's see if I can make it interesting and keep myself entertained also. The other thing is, what did I want to say? I wanted to say something. It's not on this. Today is the 9th of May. Does this date have any significance to anybody? I think some people are nodding their heads. Obviously, it is exactly 1 year since the action, since Operation Sindoor took place. And, it's ironic that it had to be this particular date. And what was Operation Sindoor all about? It was a response to Pahalgam. Now, what happened in Pahalgam? 22nd April 2025, three Pakistanis and 2, I believe, Indians came, and they singled out Hindu couples. They looked at the men and asked if they were Hindu or not, asked if they were Muslim, and shot the Hindus. So it was obviously an obvious religiously motivated thing. So what happened is, this is a good opportunity for me to talk about Pakistan. A problem about talking about Pakistan is very difficult to talk about Pakistan, especially if you have a woke crowd. It's very difficult to say anything nice about Pakistan. At the end of a talk, if I talk about it, they're going to say this fellow is a hater. This fellow cannot say anything nice. They're all people. They're all nice people. Unfortunately, it's not that straightforward. So let me see what I can say about that. Now, Pakistan was born from hate. Does everybody know why Pakistan was formed? I hope you some of you may know. Pakistan was formed basically because it was said that Muslims cannot live with Hindus. So Muslims are separate, they are a separate nation, so we must separate. And I think all of you know, 15th August 1947 was our Independence Day. Do you know what happened on 15th August 1946? 15th August 1946, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who later became the first leader of Pakistan, he conducted what is called as Direct Action Day. And Direct Action Day was when a lot of Muslims got together and started massacring Hindus in Kolkata. They just killed them. That was Direct Action Day. And that ultimately led to eventually the formation of Pakistan. So the thing is, Pakistan was formed because of refusal to live with Hindus. And after Pakistan was formed, you all must have heard of partition massacres. I'm just curiously, because I studied it. I mean, it's a joke. My children say that what happened when I was young is now history, which is the truth. But did you people learn about partition massacres in history? Nothing. You didn't. Direct Action Day. Anybody heard about it? No. But Gandhi, Nehru, 15th August 1947, all that. So now you see what's happened is when Pakistan was formed, they were sort of this triumphalist call, हंस के लिए हिंदुस्तान. You all know Hindi. हंस के लिए हिंदुस्तान, लड़ के लेंगे. हंस के लिए Pakistan, लड़ के लेंगे Hindustan. That means we got Pakistan easily. Now we're going to fight and get India. Why did these Pakistanis, why were they not satisfied with Pakistan? They were not satisfied with Pakistan because they felt it was a moth-eaten state. They all felt that they owned India and that they must get India back. So they went into Pakistan like this. They went in with hate. Now what's happened is in all these decades, Pakistan initially had 15% minorities, that is Hindus, mostly Hindus, Sikhs and Christians. And you know how much it's come down to? It's come down to about 3% now, of which 1.5% are Hindus. So they've been gradually massacring all the minorities in their country. So how has Pakistan affected India in all these decades? So, like I said, it started with hate. They wanted to get, but they say Kashmir, they wouldn't have minded taking back whole of India if possible. India had some bad luck. We started equally. Pakistan and India were approximately equal in terms of development, in terms of the type of people, except that we were much bigger. We were not much better than them. Actually, if you compare India and Pakistan, India is like a train with 100 cars. And I don't know if you've ever been on a train and seen another train just next to yours. You look out of the window and that train is either slowly going ahead or slowly falling behind. So India is like a 100-car train and Pakistan is like a 20-car train. And we've been almost going at the same pace, but Pakistan has gradually fallen behind. But it's taken so many years that throughout the 70 years, Pakistan has been saying, see, we are equal to India, the same as India. So obviously it's not true, but we had some bad luck. And does everybody know what the Cold War was? Does everyone know why the Cold War, how the Cold War started? Okay, anyway, I'll explain it in case you don't know. So after World War II, the US, a democracy, keeps talking about democracy, was against the Soviet Union, which is a communist country. So there was a time when the US, having manufactured nuclear weapons, they made hundreds of them and said that they're going to destroy the Soviet Union. They said we'll just finish them off. But what happened is the Russians also developed nuclear weapons and the US decided that they couldn't risk loss of even one city. So after, they never fought a war, but they had a sort of Cold War where they were rivals. And in this Cold War, Pakistan became a US ally. So Pakistan, I'm sorry to say, I don't like to say it, but it's frequently said, Pakistan was like a condom for the US. Okay. So what happened is Pakistan was given a lot of money in the mid 1960s. Pakistan was like one of the, a really great economy. Everybody used to say Pakistan is so great. And India, of course, you know what India was like. And Pakistan was given a lot of money, given a lot of arms. And they used these arms to attack us. And we had all these wars. We had a war. Of course, 1947, immediately we had a war, which was stopped. We could have taken over all of Kashmir. 1965, the Pakistanis saw that we had just lost a war against the Chinese. They thought this is the best time we can take over India, take over Kashmir. Then we had a war in 1970 and we had all these wars together. So, in 1989 onwards, terrorism started. And you all know about the amount of terrorism we have had. And unfortunately, we never actually did anything about terrorism. We didn't, for instance, Parliament attack in 2001. We didn't react. So you can say it was a victory for Pakistan. And then once again, the 2008, we didn't react at all. So I would call this as a sort of victory for Pakistan. So, what is the problem? Why does Pakistan do this? Why is so, basically, let's face it, it's Islam. Okay, Pakistanis are Muslims, and the army has survived by saying that Islam is under threat because of India. And unless we fight India, you people are going to suffer. And so, this is being, and this is not a special thing. Actually, when Prophet Muhammad died, he didn't leave any successor. It was just hope that whoever would come in would be a good guy, to whatever extent goodness is allowed under those circumstances. But that didn't happen. The military, always a despotic ruler took over, and this occurs right through all Islamic countries. And so you have the military controlling Pakistan. They have all the money, they have all the resources. 30 to 40% of the money is spent on the armed forces. And, they say they survive because India is a big threat. This is the thing. Now, sorry, give you a minute to just look at this. See, what is a government supposed to do? Why do we say that Pakistan is a failed state? It's easy to say that. A failed state is a country, is a state which cannot look after its people. It cannot improve the lot of its people, cannot improve its economy. So what are the things that go down in a failed state? Infrastructure is one thing, education is another thing. You look at maternal mortality, infant mortality, all these things, vaccination. When all these things start going, see, there was a time, 1947, when we were almost equal, but India with a much bigger population has gone far ahead of Pakistan now, and Pakistan has fallen behind. These are the hallmarks of a failing state. So failed states don't collapse, they survive because, even though the army has all the money and all the things, the people somehow survive, they have something to eat. Yeah, a woman has 5 children, 2 of them die, TK, one becomes a jihadi. This is how things work in a failed state. So, and the economy itself, of course, it's a rentier state. That is to say that they sell themselves out to the highest bidder. They initially, when they joined the Cold War, they got a lot of money from the US. Then when the Afghanistan problems, the Taliban started, the US was funding them throughout, giving, basically Pakistan was making money out of transport. US arms would come, US material would come, they would transport it inside Pakistan to the Afghan border, and they earned money from that. And the other thing, of course, we know is demonetization. Demonetization did affect the Pakistani economy because they were printing quota notes and we were using them. So you can see, if you look at the Pakistan economy, it actually took a fall. Once demonetization occurred, within about 1 year, Pakistan economy went down. So, it's not that Pakistan has no, industry. They manufacture a lot of arms, they manufacture footballs, all these terrorist groups for Eid, they kill cows, they make the leather, make footballs out of that, and we buy those footballs. So this is what is happening. So, 1971 war was obviously the worst time for Pakistan in the last 50 years when they lost Bangladesh. So when they lost Bangladesh, General Zia-ul Haq came into power, and he started Islamization of Pakistan and Islamization of education. That is when education really went down from our viewpoint in Pakistan, because everybody was taught to hate India. So now you have about people who sort of started their education in 1973, people who may have been 10, 11 years old, or even people who were born. You have people in their 50s and 60s who absolutely hate India. There is nothing we can do about this. Nothing we can do. They're going to hate India. They're going to keep attacking us. Now, what has happened is we've been very good to them. We've been nicer to them than we should have been. And even this morning, I was talking about it. In game theory, there is a thing called, tit for tat. Game tit for tat. That is, two of us, in this game, there are two people facing each other. I slap that guy, he slaps me back. I slap him, he slaps me back. At one point, I don't slap him. I stop. The hope is he will stop. The game ends then if he stops. So what's happened is Pakistan has been slapping us, but we have tried to not slap back, hoping that Pakistan will not slap us. But this is not happening. And I think this is the takeaway lesson for the younger generation. We have tried everything. We've been nice to them. They were the most favored state. We tried being good to them. We tried talking to them. We tried call them for talks after the Mumbai attacks. We were hoping that if we are good to them, they will be good to us. This is not happening. So when you find people who say that we should be friends with Pakistan, we should talk to Pakistan, we should do trade for Pakistan, it's important to remember the history. That it's not happening. We've done everything we can in order to be good. The only thing we can do now is to slap them. They slap us, we slap them back. Is this going to solve the problem? Probably not. They're going to hit us again. It's going to carry on. The best we can hope for is for Pakistan to keep failing further and finally split up into 4 states. A rump state of Punjab, Balochistan, Northwest Frontier Province, and Sindhu Desh. This is only a hope. It's, I don't think we're going to attack or it's not a good idea. Not a very good idea. And they have nuclear weapons, yes, but this nuclear weapon was the threat they always used from 1999. They said that what happened is when they found that they could not dominate us militarily after 1999, they started terrorism. They said, let the terrorists do our job. And obviously, they don't agree that the terrorist groups are, they don't agree that Jaish-e-Mohammed is a terrorist group. Or, I keep forgetting, who's the other guy? Lashkar-e, yeah. They don't agree that these are terrorist groups. These are, they are religious groups. That's what they call them. So, but these religious groups are conducting Pakistan's foreign policy. What is Pakistan's foreign policy? To hit India. That is Pakistan's. It helps the army to survive. It helps the army to survive because the army, Pakistan has placed itself as, Pakistan is Islam and Pakistani army is a protector of Islam. So anybody who attacks Pakistan is attacking Islam, and so Hindu India are the Kafirs, we have to keep attacking it. This is what keeps the Pakistani army going. And so, after 1999, they started sending these terrorist groups saying that, okay, if you hit us back, we're going to nuke you. It took a lot of guts to starting from 2017 when the Uri attack took place, and 2019 the Balakot attack, and 2020 it took a lot of guts because India has frankly been too scared. We've been too scared. We've been saying, what happens if they nuke us? They're not going to nuke us. And it's obvious, you threaten a bully, he's going to get scared. The basic premise is that if you so much as talk about nuking us, we're going to nuke you back. And it's very important to talk like this. Now, see, all these things that I'm saying are not, in decent society, we don't talk. In genteel society, these things are not said, oh, they're good people. You can't do it. Unfortunately, this is the fact. There's nothing else there is no other option. Because to repeat myself, if you say talk to them, talking hasn't worked. Trade with them hasn't worked. They keep hitting us. Ultimately, you have to hit them back and you have to threaten them back. So that is a good thing that has happened. Another problem nowadays is if you say that the Uri attack in 2017 and the Balakot attack in 2019 and what happened in last year, Operation Sindoor, then they're going to say, oh, Modi support. Modi, you are a Sanghi. But this is our polity. You can't help it. This is our operation. We have to cope with that. We have to manage that. The important thing is to understand what Pakistan is like. It's not going to get any better for us. It's not going to get any better for us at all. And if we can keep ourselves educated about our history, it may be much easier for us to deal with Pakistan in future because it's not really going to be easy at all. And somebody asked me this morning about Bangladesh. Bangladesh is another Pakistan. But I feel Bangladesh is going to drown. One of these days with global warming, 100 million of them are going to come. We're going to find out how to cope with these guys. But otherwise, I don't think they're militarily a problem. But Pakistan is definitely a military problem. We're going to have to cope with them. And being nice to them is not very good. I've written a lot of things in the book, like he said, apart from economy, Islam in Pakistan, the behavior of Pakistanis. Pakistanis tend to be very hospitable. They're very, they're very, very nice. They're very, if any Indian who goes to Pakistan is treated so well, they come back and say, oh, they are such good people. But that's just a facade. It doesn't work that way. And it's not me, it's not me, the Pakistan hater, who says that. There's a lady called Christine Fair who's written a book who's pointed exactly this out. And somehow Pakistanis, particularly Punjabis, have been extremely good at taking people for a ride. Not only do they take Indians for a ride, they've taken America for a ride for decades. They took them for a ride over Afghanistan. They've taken them for a ride right now in, what's it called? The Iran war. So it's a difficult state. It's a difficult thing for us. It's not going to be nice. I'm not sure how much more I have to say about this without, like I said, I've been talking so much about Pakistan, I can keep saying things or the other. But I think that's it. Maybe 10-15 minutes I've spoken. I can keep on talking based on questions if anybody has any questions. If you have questions, let it be as nasty or hard as you like, and I will try and address it. If there are no questions, fine, we'll have some coffee, look at the books and close up. Thank you very much.